All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, Billy Eppler wasn't the first, second, third, fourth, or maybe even fifth choice to be the new general manager of the New York Mets, but he will become the 17th general manager in the history of the franchise. It has been a difficult offseason to say the least for the Mets, as they've seen the likes of Theo Epstein and Billy Beane turn them down to be the president of baseball operations, while countless other front office executives around Major League Baseball have either declined the opportunity to interview with the Mets or were not given permission by their current employer to do so. Now, what Epler does bring to the Mets is previous experience as a GM. First, he was the assistant general manager to the New York Yankees from 2012 to 2014, and then he was the general manager of the Los Angeles Angels from 2015 to 2020. Now, Epler's time with the Angels only produced one trip to the playoffs, but he was responsible for the Angels signing the likes of Shohei Ohtani and Justin Upton. One thing that Epler won't have to worry about now is being undermined like he was with the Angels. I mean, you figure he had to retain Mike Scioscia as his manager when he first became the general manager of the Angels. He did hire Brad Osmus, but he was forced to fire him very quickly in favor of Joe Madden. So now you figure Steve Cohen and Sandy Alderson, more than likely, they're just going to stay out of his way and let him do his job. And one thing for sure, Cohen's going to give him all of the resources. More importantly, he's going to give him all of the money to do what he needs to do. And I expect him to attempt to hit this ground running as he looks to turn around the fortunes for the Mets. Now, the Mets do have their work cut out for them this offseason, and there's still plenty of questions. Do you resign Javi Baez? Do you resign Michael Conforto? Do you resign Marcus Stroman? And I think they definitely have to make a push to keep Marcus Stroman in Queens now after they surprisingly lost starting pitcher Noah Syndergaard to the Los Angeles Angels yesterday. Will the Mets also be interested in the likes of Chris Bryant or Max Scherzer? These are a lot of questions that the Mets brain trust has to answer going forward. Losing Syndergaard to the Angels was a shock. It's not that big of a hurt, especially when you think about you're talking about a guy who really hasn't pitched in 2 years, and in my opinion, should be in the bullpen more or less, starting pitcher at this point in his career. But nonetheless, the Mets have a lot of work to do. I've said it before, and I'll say it again: this Mets organization needs structure and a culture change, and they obviously still have to find themselves a skipper. Some people are going to laugh at this, but right now your core is Pete Alonso, Jacob DeGrom, and Francisco Lindor. I know that I say Lindor because he has the big contract that he signed last year, so he's not going anywhere. Jacob DeGrom, is he going to play or is he not with his arm issues? And of course, you still have Pete Alonso. The Mets, they still have their work cut out for them. You're talking about a team that has not made the playoffs since 2016, only one winning season in the last 5 years. And this is still a team that has never won the National League East 2 years in a row. So it's going to be interesting to see what Epler can do. Like I said, he's going to have all of the resources, probably the best opportunity that he's ever had in a front office in MLB. But nonetheless, he does have his work cut out for him to try to turn things around for the Mets. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.